Welcome to Oulton Park for round 2 of the Bennetts British Superbike Championship after SUPERPICKS Qualifying 2 here in Cheshire. On the front row for Tag Honda, Luke Mossey, 3rd place today. Luke, it was very difficult qualifying, the first time that we'd had damp conditions this weekend, and the conditions changed throughout the session. Talk us through it and how you managed those conditions.
Obviously I had to go through Q1, so I sort of got a good understanding of the track, and if I'm honest, I think Q1 was a bit more wet around the last 2 sectors, but yeah, it started drizzling again going into Q2, and then round the back it was really wet, and then last few laps it started to dry up quite quickly, and then I think it was I was saying, like, the last man coming across the finish line was going to be pole, but yeah, the last lap was pretty good conditions, if I'm honest. You know, you could probably chance an into front and rear, so. But just over the moon for myself and Tag Honda. You know, we've not had the best of start to the year through. Not really for our run. You know, we had a big crash at Silverstone at a club race and knocked myself out. So, and then we're getting taken out by another rider at the round 1. So we've been on a little bit of the back foot. So we definitely I needed this, and I think the teenagers for a bit of a boost. So hopefully we can really kickstart our 2022 campaign this weekend, and then have something to build on for Oulton Park.
That's great. Congratulations, Luke, and good luck for the race this afternoon.
Thank you.
2nd place on the grid for the opening race at Oulton Park. Josh, difficult qualifying, it's been a difficult weekend, but this morning you showed good pace in the dry and you had to go through Q1, narrowly got into Q2, so it must feel great to be on the front row for this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. Often my character is that, you know, if I was to come in second from anything, I'm disappointed, a bit grumpy, you know, so whereas, you know, I'm actually really happy to be in second today on the front row of the grid for the first race. Like you said, we just narrowly scraped through from Q1 to make it into the final qualifying. So to go from that position, which is literally the last person to qualify, into second place is, you know, a great improvement. And also, as you mentioned, this morning's FP3, we showed a lot more promise. You know, still a few tenths to find, but from where we were, it's a huge improvement. So yeah, just you know, put ourselves in a good position to fight for the first race. Off the front row is incredibly important, and particularly at this track, you know, it's one of those tracks that's difficult to, you know, even if you've got pace, if you find yourself a few riders back, it's difficult to move forward. So hopefully I can get a good start off the front row, and yeah, we just need the weather to pull through for us this afternoon. But
yeah, because it was very difficult at the start of Q1, wasn't it? Because you initially went out, did an outlap and came straight back in.
Yeah, well, the optimism in us all was thought that intermediate tyres, you know, before the rain started to really affect the track too much, maybe intermediate tyres could work. But as soon as I rolled out, I was only halfway around the track and I knew that it wasn't going to happen. So we come in and swapped over for wet weather tyres. Even though the rain wasn't that heavy, the ground surface was enough to justify the wets, and but we also didn't have time to adjust the bike. What we do actually change the bike quite dramatically from wet conditions to dry, and so I was riding on wet tyres but with a dry bike, and it actually felt really tricky in quite a few places, particularly around like Hizzy's chicane and up towards Clay Hill. So yeah, I actually felt really nervous not to make a mistake and fall off at that point, but in between Q1 and Q2 we quickly made the changes to put wet settings in, and that made a huge benefit to riding in the wet conditions.
That's great. Congratulations on the front row, Josh, and good luck for the race this afternoon.
Thank you. Cheers.
And the first pole position of 2022 Bennetts BSB for Kyle Ryde for Rich Energy OMG Yamaha. Kyle, an incredible comeback for you in qualifying. You were 15th on the screen, and then out of nowhere you managed to pull that lap that just took pole from Josh in the final minute of the session. Talk us through it, because it was a difficult session for everybody, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the first half of the 15-minute session, if it is 15 minutes, might be 12, I'm not sure, but yeah,
it is 12 for the record.
The first 6 minutes then was quite difficult, and I was expecting maybe 6th, 7th would have been a good result. And yeah, I just think with the Yamaha, it's not got a lot of power, and it just delivers grip in those situations, especially with wet tyres. Yeah, I timed it well, and I saved maybe some temperature of the tyre. I kept looking at the board as I come across. I did a few slow laps and saved my last one for the best track and the cooler tyres. And yeah, I seen that I went 3 seconds quicker than my personal best before, and I was just hoping that that at least put me on the front row. But yeah, when I come in, as you said, I didn't have a Scooby-Doo that I was on pole, but yeah, I'm over the moon.
That's great, and this track has obviously been strong for the Yamaha so far this weekend. Your teammate Brad setting the fastest ever lap here yesterday. It's clear that the bike works in both conditions. What would you be hoping for this afternoon?
I'm a bit on the back foot, to be honest, after yesterday. I spent all morning fixing a brake problem. So yeah, basically I've only had 2 practices, including this morning, and yeah, we made a big step this morning. We're still quite a bit behind the likes of Brad, but I think I've got the pace for maybe 5th, 6th, 7th, so I've given myself an even better chance now starting from 1st. Hopefully we can stay out of danger and yeah, put a good lap time in for tomorrow and hopefully get some good points today.
Congratulations on the pole position and good luck for this afternoon, Kyle.
Thank you.